Beverly Hills Cop is always on. It's always on TV. It's always on cable. It's been in the background. It's part of the lexicon. It's around. So it was really easy to go and do the character again.
Can we start by you telling me what the original Beverly Hills Cop meant to you when you first saw it?
I remember watching Beverly Hills Cop when I was too young to be watching a movie like that. But my older brother was a huge Eddie Murphy fan from Saturday Night Live and from his stand-up comedy and his movies like Beverly Hills Cop. And when you have an older sibling, the stuff that they like takes on a certain mystique. It kind of occupies this ultra cool slot in your psyche. And that's Eddie for me. When I got the chance to be the new sidekick in a Beverly Hills Cop movie, I was thrilled.
Before Beverly Hills Cop, there was no movie like Beverly Hills Cop, where you have the action comedy, as it were, what it became in the years to come, didn't exist. The cop movies and action movies were serious with people like Clint Eastwood and Charles Bronson, and there was nothing funny in the movie. The original Beverly Hills Cop was written for Sylvester Stallone, and it was supposed to be one of those serious red cop movies. And when I came in, it turned into comedy mixed in with it, and then that became this new thing. The movie has been around all these years because it's the beginning of the action comedy genre.
I also think Beverly Hills deserves to be made fun of. That's something that's pretty universally felt by most people. They're like, man, these neighborhoods where people flaunt their wealth, this is obnoxious. And seeing then Eddie as a Detroit cop getting to come in as a fish out of water and wreak havoc and show these people what for is satisfying and funny. The basic premise is a really good one. It's another reason why this one that's coming out now is also just a real crowd pleaser. It's a great time.
I was really stoked with how this new film had a lightness to it, a looseness that recalled 80s action movies. Were you in any scenes where Eddie was improvising?
I mean, the script was great, of course, but when Eddie starts making stuff up, that's where everything would really come to life, I think. I love improvising. I'm less of a comedian, though. So my instinct with improvisation is just to be real and just to give the honest, real response. And I think Eddie actually really likes that. That's why he and I worked well together, because I think there's something about his comedy that, as big and bombastic as he can be, there's always something really real about all of his performances. There's a human core. And so with the improvisation, rather than reaching for a joke or like constantly trying to make the audience laugh, just being real is actually where the scenes would come to life. And then, lo and behold, that's often where the funniest moments would also emerge.
So when you're playing him again and improvising as him again, do you have to change your mindset when you're going into that role? What are you thinking about when you're becoming Axel in an improvisational moment?
I play extroverts on screen, but I'm an introverted person. I'm always saying I'm not a method actor, but I have my method. My method is that it's off and on switch. I don't read the scene before we do it. Like I come out to the set and be like, what scene are we shooting? And all the actors kind of look at me like, what do you mean? What's this? Most actors study their lines and all this. I have a really good memory, so I could literally come out and take the scene and read it once, and then we could shoot it. That looseness of that, where I don't feel weighted down by these words. I know these words, but I'm trying to make this not feel like words on paper. I'm trying to make every exchange feel real. And that's where improvising comes in. And I've always done that with every movie. I was watching 48 Hours the other day, and there was a scene where we were walking, and I was like, I came up with that, and I came up with it in my very first movie. I've always tried to make it feel like this dialogue and these interactions are real.